Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show. Coming up, Gary and Larry Rollo, we hope, about gassers and Texas nostalgia modified production. Later, we'll look at the stories making headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more, Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. We've had all sorts of technical issues.
Oh, yeah.
Computer issues. Mars has been through 3 laptops over there. The problem is we've gone to the used car. Actually, we've gone to the salvage yard for laptops. And there they all are.
No, we went to Jaguar to get our laptops.
Perfect, yes.
And they all have Lucas wiring, electrics.
Oh, God. What? Anyway, that car is gone, I'm glad to say, forever and ever.
Thank you.
Never again.
I've been pushing you about getting rid of that turd for a while.
Well, and it was it was you, thank you, for telling me about the unbelievable
cost of replacing an engine.
Yeah, $26,000.
Mm-hmm.
The car is not worth that much.
No.
That would have been a salvage.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you get that check engine light on after that.
No, there's no check.
After the engine replacement.
After the salvage thing, there is none of that. So do we dare go to Gary and Larry? I don't know.
Yep, let's try. They look like they're...
Gentlemen, are you there?
We're here.
Okay, well, all I'm seeing is the top of your heads and a lot of ceiling there. I don't know what the deal is. Can you lower it? There
much
you
better,
go.
much
There,
better.
Much better.
Y'all gonna have to speak up because we just barely hear y'all.
Well, I don't know what the problem is. We hear you just fine. You need to turn up turn up that hearing aid. Maybe that'll help.
There you go.
Well, I don't even know if that'll help. It's on our end. We're pretty sure.
Yeah. It wouldn't have anything to be going deaf after hanging around all these drag cars for so long.
No, it had got nothing to do with that. Anyway.
No.
I don't really know what the issue is. Did that help you at all? Can you hear us better now?
Better.
Okay, well, good. I turned up your
You
volume.
young kids don't have problems like us old geezers do.
Yeah, right. Well, let's not even go about age stuff here.
I like that word, geezer.
I resemble that remark.
I have hair, but it's all white. So if that gives you any idea.
I have it, and it's all growing out of my ears.
And nose.
Pretty good chance we got all of y'all beat.
No doubt. So who's in the black shirt and who's in the blue shirt?
Gary's in the black.
No, Gary's in the.
I'm in this shirt. He's in the gray shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you in the black shirt, you need to move in closer to him because we only have about half of your face and half of your body.
I don't like him that much.
Well, I know, but the camera there we go. See, we like to see the people that we're talking. We spent millions of dollars in this video setup here, and by golly, we're going to use.
So whose Chevy 2 is in the background?
This would be mine, Larry.
Beautiful car.
Yeah. So tell us.
Say again.
So for all the people that are not familiar with Texas Nostalgia Modified Production, explain to everybody what that is.
Okay, what it is it's for cars that are 30 years old or older, and it has to be a clutch car. Basically no electronics. The driver has to do everything himself during the race. You can't have an automatic shifter, none of that stuff. So it's kind of old school is what it's moved back to.
So we're going to change the name to Texas Old School Nostalgia Modified Production. Well, the other thing is that for those that don't know, obviously these are drag racers, and we're talking about mainly gassers, are we not?
No, it's a combination of cars. You can have, anything from street roadsters to door cars is what it is. The gassers more like that. Back in the old days, they did run the gas class, but it's not the same as the gassers that are running in the different categories now.
Yeah, Danny Kellum says, "Save the stick" from the Rollo brothers.
Said what?
Save the stick.
He better watch out. We might say something about him.
Well, yeah, but that's the purpose of the class of drag racing you guys do. It's all about, it's in the driver's hands. It's none of this, like we see on TV, release the button and let the automatic do all the work. You guys have to row the gears. And if I remember correctly, it's 4 speeds only. You don't even allow a 5-speed transmission. Is that correct?
You can run a 5-speed. You can run a Lenco, anything that's manually shifted and uses a clutch.
Okay.
So it's okay to just use the clutch getting off from the line, and then from there you just leave the clutch out and just shift the gears.
That's correct. You can run a clutch style transmission. This Nova has a clutch assist 5-speed in it. The Monza that Gary drives has a Lenco in it.
Which is the transmission of choice amongst all of you? I
was thinking that too.
I don't know that there is one.
We run the Lenco in the Monza because that's where we had it in the car back in the 80s, in the early 80s. So that's why we got that in. We built the car exactly the way we had it when we owned the car back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Got you. And what kind of times are you running in that car?
The Monza runs 920s, about 145 to 150. The Chevy 2 runs 1050s. Actually, it's going to be faster because the more passes Larry gets in it, the quicker he's going to get. But right now it's running 1050s, about 125.
And then you have a calculation of cubic inch to weight. Is that correct?
It's really not. It's really not that. They ask that question, but it's not cubic inch to weight. It's basically just the small rules we have, and just bring it out and let's race is what it is.
And I understand, speaking of races, you got a big event next weekend?
We have a race at XRP this weekend for the Texas Nostalgia Modified Production.
This weekend?
This weekend.
This coming, not this week, this coming weekend.
After 4th.
Okay. On the 8th, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say this weekend is here, and okay, and you're sitting in your garage? I don't think so.
What?
Yeah, I don't guess they got that. But at any rate,
You're starting to fade a little bit. You need to speak up, please.
Well, I'm doing the best I can, and I can't feed you too much more because otherwise it's going to sound funny on our end. So
I can hear you fine. He's deafer than I am.
Okay, well that's good.
And it seems like whoever's garage you're in seems to be somewhat successful because there's a bunch of trophies on that back wall.
We've won a few over the years.
Yeah. Okay. Is your volume turned up all the way on your computer there so you can hear us?
As we can get it.
As high as you can get it. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, so tell me about some of the competitors. Are you all in the same kind of group, Texas Nostalgia Modified Production? You all race each other? How does that work?
We race each other. There's it's a complete different type cars, almost every one of them. And we have early Camaros to early Corvettes, and we have Volkswagens in there. There's Ford in there, and it's just a combination of a lot of different style cars. It's what the person happens to like can go ahead and build it.
Do they usually bring more than one car to an event?
No, I think me and Larry are the only people that have brought two. No, I take it back. They have, yes. At the first event, there were a couple of Corvettes that showed up.
How often do you guys run?
Say it again.
How often we run? The Nostalgia runs 10 races, which is they space them about 2 weeks to 3 weeks apart. We had a little off time here where they're a downtime. The NDRL race 6 races a year, and they race 1 a month.
We actually run 2 categories. One's the Texas Nostalgia Modified Production. The other one is the Nostalgia Modified. I'm sorry, NDR
Nostalgia Drag Racing League.
Yeah, Nostalgia Drag Racing.
And do y'all run all across the country, or y'all focus mainly around the Southwest?
NDRL runs pretty much all around the country, Midwest area. We just got back from Bowling Green 2 weeks ago for the hot rod reunion up there, the Wally Park's hot rod reunion, and that was a really big race. It's probably the premier race that we go to.
Well, And the cool thing about that is as you move around different parts of whether it's Texas or different parts of the country, you get to see different racers as well, because some people aren't going to travel the great distance to race. And, so when they get a race that's local, they may bring something out of the garage that hasn't been at the track for a while. So fun for you to see different people as opposed to the same 8 or 10 cars every time.
That's correct. I mean, there was people from California. Actually, Gary's first round was against a guy from California, but they come from all over the country to race that. That's a big deal. Now, the next race for the NDRL is in Norwalk, Ohio, at Summit Motorsports Park, and that'll be a big deal too. It's called, I think they call it the Blue Suede Cruise, and these have drag races, car shows, swap meets. Yeah, I think Bowling Green, somebody said they had over 500 race cars and probably every bit as that many show cars.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, had a big swap meet there, too. So it's quite an event.
We're hoping the Texas deal, we've been going to Nostalgia, the NDRL deal, for about 3 years now, and we're hoping the Texas deal becomes as big as this one.
Are you guys strictly eighth mile runs?
No. Texas is an 8th mile racing. The NDRL is quarter mile racing.
So with the restrictions and the setups on the vehicles, is it pumped gas that y'all are using?
Yes, pump gas. You can't have any additives in either racing categories. So
just regular octane.
The rules are kind of easy to follow. Most of it's safety. They're strict on the safety rules. But as far as the cars, it's like an index race. In other words, you bring any car you got, any motor you want. It just has to fit the stick shift, clutch car, and then you kind of pick your class out of that. That makes it where you're not spending a ton of money.
So you guys run a staggered Christmas tree to balance it out, get everybody across the line at the same time.
Yeah. It's a 4/10 Pro Tree, but it's staggered.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's got to be fun. That's got to be a lot of fun, a real challenge.
It's super.
Because for me, it would make me very nervous just trying to sit there and wait for my light to flash when the other guy leaves. How do you hold your senses to not want to go when he goes?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Feel like a nut.
Well, how cool. So tell us about the Nova behind you. I'm assuming Chevy too. I say Nova. I think that's too early for Nova.
Yeah, it's only been to 2 races so far.
And what powertrain does it have?
And it does okay.
It's a 331-inch small block Chevrolet, single carburetor, and it's got a 5-speed G-force transmission in it. He usually leaves a start. Well, he leaves a starting line on a chip, which is about 7,400 RPM. Doesn't turn the tires and shifts right at 74 every gear.
Yikes!
So
screaming.
That's wound up tight.
Yeah.
The Monza's a little bit different. It leaves around 78 and it shifts at 82. In the gears.
How do you keep that thing together?
It's just a well-built motor. Our motor builder program. We've been working on the motor program. We drag race. We quit drag racing in '87, and we started dirt racing. And dirt racing is a lot more abusive on motors than drag racing, I think. Because you're doing 2 poles every time every lap. But we just got a good motor builder at Westside Performance, and he does an excellent job. And when we get the motor from him, we actually have 3 motors, one in each car and then a spare. And we get it from him. It's already been put on the dyno. We've already know what horsepower, torque it's got, and we've run it in. So we've just never had a problem with our motors at the races. And we build them for a high RPM. When I say high RPM, we build them like we used to in modified, where we turn the motor 10,000 plus, and now we're turning them 8,000. So they last a long time.
Will one motor last the whole season?
It would probably last 3 seasons.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, how cool is that? Because that kind of manages the expense of racing as well when you're not having to go
Oh
through
yeah,
a motor season.
When we ran NHRA back in the day and twisted them as tight as we did, I mean, it's every week deal. You took it apart, valve springs, rings, blah blah blah. And back in the 70s and 80s, you're going to spend $500 to $1,000 every time you just race.
That was back in the 80s.
Yeah, and so it's just really expensive.
And we're too old.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So is the motor builder, is he using different materials to give you the longevity than what you were using back in the 80s? Because I realized
we basically built a motor as I guess the easiest way to say is build it like a NASCAR motor, as far as the internals and as far as the block, and then just don't abuse it.
Okay.
Yeah, this Westside Performance, they build the NASCAR motors for the school up there, Texas Motor Speedway.
Okay.
And so we kind of, because they just to last a long time. And so we kind of chased after that a little bit, but it's use good parts and do good work, and they're going to last all right. The good thing about what we do too is if we lose a few hundredths of a second, it's not a big deal to us because we're index racing. Back in the day, if you lost 100th or 200th of a second, you were hurting. So you had to keep up with the motor a lot more than you do now. Now we just want them to last.
Cool. The some of the cars leave wheels up.
Oh yeah, almost all of them do.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like if you're familiar with the old modified days back in the 80s and like that, then it's kind of like that.
Very cool.
Competition level is extremely high in both categories. The Texas deal, and there's 3 or 4 cars in there that I guess the terminology would be they're killer cars. They're good cars. And NDRL, which is more established in Texas, there's the field's pretty tough. One at Bowling Green we just came back from, the top 14 cars, the number 1 car was 6 thousandths off his index. I was number 2. I was 8 thousandths off my index. The top 14 cars, the 14th car was 500ths off his index. So 14 cars were stacked in there at 500ths.
Wow.
So that makes the competition level fairly tight right there.
And understanding what your car can do and making a competition.
Do your job. The car's got to do its job, and you hope the other guy makes a small mistake.
And everybody's single 4-barrel, no multi-carbs?
No, the Chevy 2's got a single 4-barrel. We actually, the Monza has a tunnel ram on it, the old school tunnel ram. And when we rebuilt the car, we got the car back in 2019. We rebuilt it. We wanted to build it back exactly the way it was when we sold it in '87. And that's what it had in it, a Lincoln with a tunnel ram and a small block. So, and we did the same thing. And there are a few other cars out there that we run against that have tunnel rams. Matt Thomas in the Texas Nostalgia Modified Production runs a small block, and he has a very small motor in it with a tunnel ram, and he twists that thing pretty tight. But excellent driver. But I think there's a couple in the NDRL that have a tunnel ram, but it's easier to tune a single 4-barrel than it is a tunnel ram.
Oh yeah.
That's why a lot of people just run single 4-barrels.
Well, gentlemen, sure is a pleasure to talk to you again, and thank you very much for joining us today. And I wish you the best of luck next weekend up there in Ferris, Texas, at Extreme Racing, and we hope to be in touch with you again soon.
All right. I hope we didn't embarrass nobody.
Yeah,
No, we'll handle that on our own.
Yeah, exactly.
We apologize for the Bowling Green deal. We just couldn't get a connection out of there.
Oh, that's good. We understand that.
No, not a problem at all. We take care of yourself and stay cool up there, okay?
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Save the stick.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What did I miss? We missed
Features, headlines.
Well, just a moment. Let's just get Mr. Mars.
Yep.
Do you have time now to do? He's raising his hand. Oh, me. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I gotta load up
all right,
Michael here.
Go for it, Mars.
So,
No, not so.
Not so, buddy.
A deer, a female. No, that's
for
dumb.
this car review, we are talking about the 2024 Kia Seltos SX all-wheel drive. Now, the Kia Seltos was considered an entry-level SUV back in 2021 when it first hit the market. Comes in 5 different trim levels, starting with the LS and the X, and the EX, and X line, which is kind of the sporty model, and the SX, which is the top-of-the-line model, which is the one we had. Now, this is a subcompact SUV. Nobody calls them CUVs anymore. Everybody's going back to the SUV concept. And this year, it's got a revised front and rear fascias on it. Gives it a nice, sleeker look. Blends into the headlights. You know, everybody's got the swept-back headlights. And this year, the SX has a unique color called Pluton Blue. $395, well worth it. We got a lot of compliments on that car. Had several people, even the mail lady, stopped and said, "What color is that car? I love it." So it's a really cool looking color.
Lady.
That's right. The it has the this particular the SX comes with a black and chromed out grille. We had body color side molding, door handles, and side mirrors. LED lighting all the way around, headlamps, fog lamps, DRL tail lamps, and the third brake light. And I mentioned that because they called it out, and I never thought about it before. I've never seen anybody else talk about their LED lighting package, including that third brake light up there.
Well, what about it?
Well, this one has it.
It's LED.
It's LED, and I've never seen anybody else say that theirs was LED. Is the reason I mentioned it.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Normally,
know
they
that.
just say headlights, brake lights, tail lights, those kind of things. This thing also, it had the acoustic glass on the front windshield, which a lot of people do, but it also had it on the side glass of the rear doors. And I don't know why. It was just, I couldn't find a good reason for that. But it did make that car very quiet. In fact, it's much quieter than the vehicle I'm currently driving, surprisingly. It's got power side mirrors, it's got power lift gate, rolling on some 18-inch black alloy wheels that's part of the SX trim level. Now, you get into the inside of it, and again, it's got LED lighting on all the inside lights, and it has the Syntex seating surfaces. That's that man-made surface that it's kind of a cross between leather and cloth. It's very comfortable, very nice. Pleather would be a good way to put it. It's got heated front seats. The rear seat is a 60/40 folding seat. There is no third row in this one, fortunately. They kept to it. It's really big on small storage areas in the door panels, the consoles, all behind the seats, every place. There's really nice setup as far as the small storage area goes. Has the 10.25-inch driver that they call a supervision cluster. We used to call it the gauge cluster.
What kind of a cluster?
A supervision
I know some
cluster.
clusters, but they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Supervision.
We
This
should
is
call
a
that
supervision
a dashboard.
cluster. And then we also had the optional 10.25-inch center stack info screen where you're going to find all your navigation, your climate controls, all the things that you want to run from there. We also had the dual level cargo floor in the back for the cargo, and it came with the Bose 8-speaker audio system, but it has an additional tweeter package. So if you like the highs and the mids and the thing, it really...
So how did Jimmy Buffett sound?
It sounded really good. He didn't sound so good, but the girls in the background sounded a whole lot better. It has front and rear USB ports, wireless charger that is on a shelf right underneath the radio. If you can see the screen right there, you can see right up underneath there. It's up under there. You slide the phone in there. There's a light that comes on. I really like that layout. It was just very convenient. Now, to make all this stuff go down the road, you got a 1.6-liter turbo under the hood. There's only 2 trim levels. You can get the 1.6-liter turbo. It's got 20 more horsepower than it had last year, so it's got 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque that starts coming in around 1,600 RPM. Now, the turbo you can get, it comes with an 8-speed automatic behind it instead of the CVT that you would normally get with
that's
front-wheel
better,
drive.
yeah.
Now, the EPA says you should be getting around 25 on the city, highway 27, combined 26. Now, this is an all-wheel drive model. I did drive it over here last week and back.
And you got 12 miles per gallon.
No, but I will tell you, it only has a 13-gallon tank. That means that little round trip, by the time I get home, I've got a low fuel indicator coming on, and which surprised me that just round tripping it over here. So I got 23.3 miles per gallon over the 367 miles I drove it. But again, small
What was
tank.
your average speed in that 13 gallons? Was it 95 miles an hour?
No. I was running a little late last week, and I will say I was in a hurry.
You bumped it up, didn't you?
I did. More than normal, so that probably had something to do with it.
Because you do the math, and it should make it back here and there fine. But no.
Should make it back and forth with about 50 miles to spare. I only ended up with like 25 to spare by the time I got there. But I got here on time.
And what did that get you? Trouble.
Heartache. Apparently today. So it does have 3 drive modes: normal, sport, and eco.
And you noticed the difference between the 3?
The sport a little bit whenever you went into that, but that was the only one.
Because it knocks off the overdrive.
Yeah. Now, I will say that whenever you're going to accelerate at a rapid pace real fast in a hurry, that at a low speed, it doesn't really feel like turbo lag, but it's slow to get wound up and going. But once it does,
it's called turbo lag.
Well, I know, but it's so gradual. It doesn't feel to me like a normal.
And what mode did you have it in when you were doing this test?
Just in the normal drive mode. But it was very easy to drive, and it was almost like it had oversteer as far as like the steering goes, and quieter than the vehicle I'm driving right now. So base trim price, base model price for the Kia Seltos, $24,390. The base trim price is $29,990. I did not have an MSRP to get a full price on it, but based on what I could find, that was pretty well loaded up, and it'd be really close to that plus destination. Comparable, Volkswagen Taos, $24,155 to start in the base. Chevy Trailblazer, $23,100 to start at the base. And a Mazda CX-30 for a 2023, I could not find a 24 pricing on it, is at $22,950. And that is my quick review of the 2024 Kia Seltos all-wheel drive.
Wasn't that quick?
Back to you.
But speaking of quick, we're going to take a quick break right now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back on iHeartRadio after these messages. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. Hello. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWillTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.